Welcome to another installment of Conversations with Cheese and the Tugboat. Since we have this nice loyal fan base, we've decided just to not waste any of our good intros on you for a little while. We're not gonna do some intros until we really come up with something real good. Suggestions, if you want to post comments after our conversation today, post some good ideas.
So far, we only have one comment, and it's regarding Hitler.
So, we're gonna insert Hitler into our next intro.
Or Hitler-tro.
Hitler-tro. Hitler No.
No.
No, that nope. A
Nope.
startler?
Startler? Hit
No.
art? Nope.
No. Alright. Well, speaking of Hitler, today we're going to talk about grammar.
Nice segue.
Because I'm pretty sure in everybody's experience in life, whether it was in school with an English teacher or with just one of your friends who's just a real dick nose, who's just...
Wait, we're not talking about Kelsey grammar?
Oh.
I thought we were going to start a 5-part series on Frasier.
Did you do a bunch of Frasier research?
I have, at least 8 pages of Frasier material.
Oh, man, so you, know basically all of psychoanalytic theory by now, I'm assuming.
No, just, jokes about when Niles had to get on the phone with, Maris, and how that turned out.
Maris.
Not Roger Maris. You know, Fraser's ex-wife that later became Niles' woman, maybe?
I'm pretty sure Roger Maris and Maris from Frasier have about the same level of popularity. Nobody liked Roger Maris. They're always like, Mickey Mantle, yeah!
Yeah, Roger Maris was just a doer. He just did it. Okay, so if we're not talking about Kelsey grammar, then we must be talking about the platinum hit Country Grammar by Nelly.
We're going down now, baby, and in a Range Rover, street sweeper, baby, pop ready to let it go, shimmy, shimmy, go, what, listen to me now, light it up and take a puff, listen to me now.
Those lyrics really make me concerned for the grammar of that songwriter.
Honestly, it is, that should be in Alanis Morissette song Ironic, because the irony is there's, very little proper grammar in country grammar. Which I think that's what he was getting at. He's like, this is the grammar of the country, even though he lives in St. Louis, which is a city, I think. I don't think there's, farms or anything.
It's pretty Midwestern, and it is the number 2 murder city in America.
Pretty bucolic out there? Rustic?
Not really. It is a victim of urban sprawl.
Oh, pastoral. Urban pastoral?
No, I wouldn't go that far. It's pretty just straight up urban. East St. Louis. Woo, Nelly! Don't go there.
Pun intended?
Of course.
He didn't even know he was doing it!
Oh, just trying to do the country part led to the Nelly part.
Light it up and take a puff, listen to me now.
Is that the one with the smoke and where they're driving?
No, that's if you want to go and take a ride with me.
Yeah.
That's the other one.
Oh.
No, this one, they're stationary and there's cars there bouncing with ladies on top.
Oh, bouncing cars. Huh.
Nice ladies on some bouncing cars.
Imagine that. Was there spinny rims too?
Yeah, there was just, those, it's like a Ferris wheel. Tires, spinny rim.
Like urban population stuff.
Urban population. I don't really understand why the rims need to be so big. I don't know if, in urban populations that their roads are significantly different, that big rims give them some sort of like technological advance?
No, they cost more, so it shows how important you are.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, and if there's spinny parts, that's even more important.
Did anybody put? I thought it was just to like hypnotize babies on the side of the road.
Like babies that are selling weed, like in that Dave Chappelle skit. Baby, get out of here! I got kids to feed!
Spinny rims.
I'm selling weed!
We are not talking about country grammar as much as I would really love to go into a 5-part series of Nelly and what happened to him.
And his commentary on grammar in general.
Yeah, I think we're going to have like a nice transition. Like at the end of the 5-part series of Kelsey grammar, we'll get into country grammar. But today is dedicated to the English language grammar.
Yeah.
What's happening? It's dying! It's dying! Tugboat!
Who's dying?
Grammar!
Yeah, it's, I blame today's youth, as any crotchety old man would. They're killing
Yeah,
me.
the ripe old age of a 30-old over-the-hill tugboat.
Oh, I'm well past 30 now.
Say, like, over the iceberg for seamen, or...
Woo, seaman. I think...
longshoreman?
I think once I combined with the ovum and became a zygote, I think you can stop referring to me as seaman.
Alright, well, looks like tugboat's a little long in the shoreman, if you know what I mean.
Whoa, literal use of words.
That means age. I didn't mean his dick.
Oh, yeah, he's just got an average dick.
I would refer to my wiener as a shoreman.
What? Is that just a man that's on the shore?
Yeah. You should see him at high tide.
Good God.
That is high, but I'm moving.
Okay. Back on target, because we haven't talked about it yet at all.
I'm gonna shout out when I come. Sorry, I wanted to finish the song. Oh. I'm not the kind of
guy. I see what you did there. High tide. Yes.
Yeah, it's my boner. It's an erect shoreman. High tide. Got it.
High tide. It is so sweaty in here right now.
Just so everybody knows, we're in completely separate rooms right now.
We're in different cities.
It's heating up.
It's getting hot in here.
Heated conversation. Conversation's getting heated about the grammar. So Tugboat blames it on the youth. I would kind of blame it on like the older generations, or like our generations, because we're the ones who are kind of teaching the youth at this point, and we're just kind of like getting lazy. We're like, nah, you don't have to do that. Like, just write. I'll figure it out.
You're not wrong. I feel like some days I just want to, take the youth by the neck and just choke proper grammar into them. Is that wrong? Or illegal? And just say, it's whom! It's whom!
And they're like gasping for air, going, who? And they can't pronounce the M because they're suffocating.
Which, of course, enrages me further. Luckily, I had a sympathetic judge and only got manslaughter. Great word. Grammar.
Is that one word or two?
It's one word. Vehicular manslaughter is 2 words, but that's a different story.
We'll save that from Tales from the Tugboat.
Yeah, that would be a good one. It's a short and a sweet one.
Nice.
Okay. So get a little dead air in there. Good. Okay, so...
The purpose of grammar.
Yes.
Why does it even exist in the first place?
Lay it on me.
Well, not only does grammar help you communicate more effectively and precisely, but also helps you avoid embarrassment. Period. Globally, the proper use of grammar shows that the speaker or writer is an educated person, who's very learned, who understands the subtleties?
Subtleties?
Oh, subtleties of the language. Conversely, grammatical errors, grammatical's a good word, can indicate that you are not focusing on your words or that perhaps you do not understand the mechanics. Mechanics?
Mechanics? Mechanics.
Mechanics of your own language. So, not only does it get your words across gooder, it 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 you can have these little the subtleties, these little twists of phrase, or I don't know, just these little unique things that give you your own voice, I guess, that make you come across as super smart.
So
I don't know
what I take from that paragraph that you just ad-libbed off the top of your head. One, it allows people to communicate on a common plane by setting a standard set of rules for both spoken and written language. And two, makes you look like you're not so dumb because you get it.
Yeah, you're not unsmart.
Yeah, you're full smart, not dumb smart.
Full smart.
Full smart.
Full throttle smartness.
Crank that right up to 10 on the smartness, eh?
I'm shifting into genius gear, buddy.
Try and keep up, eh? Oh, Canada.
So, like that. That's the subtlety of our language. We were on the same Wayne Brave, and
Yeah, I don't think. So how do things get put in the old dictionary? Like Wayne Brave, they start off in the Urban Dictionary, and then Webster picks them up. Like selfie, that's a thing now. Ugh, that's upsetting.
Yeah,
but that's
we'll
not.
get to that.
That's not grammar. That's not.
It's jumping forward. We'll get to that later if we ever do. But I think, so there's all these commonalities that allow us to communicate. That's why grammar exists, because if it didn't exist, then people would be like, what you talking about, Willis? And then that's Webster. It's like, what you talking about, Willis? And then the guy's like, Webster. The dictionary.
It's supposed to be, what are you talking about, Willis?
What is Willis talking about?
What you talking about, Willis?
Willis, what are you talking about? And also, this is more kind of condescendingly put, I feel. This is another person whose opinion. Grammarian, which I feel is way nerdier but less sexy than a librarian.
That
at least
the coolest word I've ever heard for anyone that deals with grammar.
The educationist and grammarian. Pretty sure educationist is not a word.
Hey, Microsoft Word would say that it's all good to go.
Really?
Yeah, no angry red flared writing underneath.
I mean, grade 10 I'm getting taught by the educationist, and...
My grade 10 educationist said that I have a high aptitude for learnation.
Learnation?
I have a strong aptitude for becoming a grammarian. Oh, that's such a regal word. I love it.
Oh, most kids growing up want to be like a spaceman or like a cop or something, but...
I strove to be a grammarian. That's funny. It's funny for me. But, so what educationist and grammarian are you referring to? Because I feel like his name brings a whole new level of pretension to this.
I'm not sure if it's pronounced Neville or Neville. I'm going to say Neville.
I hope so.
And Gwyn. Neville, Gwyn. Begin quote? Does anybody say begin quote? I know they always say end quote, but start quote?
I just use air quotes for everything, and then no one really takes me seriously.
Well, let's just do that. Let's do things that no one can see on our podcast.
We can see it.
Grammar is the start of thinking. And without thinking, you can't make good decisions. And if enough people don't make the right decisions, the world becomes disastrous.
Hell yes.
So this grammarian is essentially saying that the world will implode upon itself if grammar is abolished.
I'm thinking that Neville is probably a pretty severe pessimist.
He's in severe Neville here.
Yeah, I would agree.
Hashtag Gwinning.
That's disturbing.
Alright, hashtags. We're getting in on it. Take that, grammarian.
Suck it, Neville.
So this person, in contrast to this person who's like, you gotta have the grammar or our world's gonna employ, looking at this other person's comments, they were like, just clean house, basically. They're like, get rid of all apostrophes.
Blow it up. Shut it down.
Shut it down. And, like, in my opinion, I don't even understand why, like, apostrophes, like, cost anything in the first place. Like, I think they should be apostrophes, am I right?
Yeah, I don't know where those fees are going that we're paying on the apostrophes.
I don't know. I think I was talking to the GRP the other day because he's our financial numbers guy, as per request, and he was saying that you actually have to use Bitcoin to pay for your apostrophes.
So every apostrophe that we pay is paid with Bitcoin. That's why it's getting so huge now.
Yeah, that's why.
Because of all the electronic communication.
People love contractions. Like, I mean, ever since the, like, apostrophe was invented.
Who has time to write full words nowadays?
No, exactly. So then the one's like, wow, that's you know what? That's cutting your work time in half. We need to charge. Like, we need to get in on this. We need to find a way to maximize profit with this new invention in language.
Yeah, they charge a fee for it. They got their niche market.
The Europeans, they threw in the Bitcoin and everything just came together. So thank you to GRP for giving us that information.
GRP, yeah, you know me. GRP is a champion, so we can't besmirch his name too much.
Yeah, actually, giving that a shout out. I mean, he's winning all over the place. He's given us sound information. He just recently won a trophy with the Tugboat, but we won't get into that because that's a tangent for a whole nother cast of pods.
To be honest, having been there and witnessed it, participated, I could talk for hours about that Cinderella team of destiny.
Was it like the movie Miracle, but with less Americans?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there were no Americans, and it was more like Mystery Alaska. The little team that everyone counted out, no one gave a chance to. Just really shocked and awed. I asked the GRP at one point after one of the games, does this mean we're battle tested? And he said, yeah, sure. Classic.
The liquid confidence turned into actual confidence.
Which turned into the other team got too nervous because of all the people and we crushed them.
Nice. So this person is obviously like money conscious because they were looking to get rid of all these apostrophes. They're just like, you know what? Screw that. Just string words together. People will figure it out. They're saying like get rid of like all the homonyms. Get rid of homonyms like the there, the twos, the what's another popular one?
You and you. Like
no.
Like the sheep. EWE. That's all there is, probably.
I feel like there's another one, but I don't really have it right now, so I don't care. But we're gonna get rid of those and just pick one. Someone just needs to decide on one, and probably like the one that's most used, which is THERE. Like that's the one that everybody uses. and just go with that, and people can just figure it out
Yeah,
afterwards.
people aren't as stupid as we think they are, so
No,
they're dumber.
exactly. So that's like a couple like really good ways to just clean house, get rid of some stuff, and then that kind of like jumps onto these like spelling like you tugboat, but just with a U instead of a YOU.
Not even a
That's like
capital U either.
yeah, that's taking it to like whole another level, or like LUV instead of LOVE.
Yeah,
Like people in the future aren't gonna understand the song L is for the way you look at me, because they'll be like, why are they spelling love so freaking weird? Isn't it
no,
LUV?
they'll just think it's old timey, like how, the toques that we won from the plunger toss say custom apparel shoppy with the extra P and the E on it instead of just shop. Shoppy?
Oh, like Chape.
Shoppe. I believe it's Iranian for store.
No, I thought it was old timey English because they always have like Chapes and like I just picture like Hansel and Gretel cobblestone kind of stuff.
In the old days, instead of saying you, it was always thou. So somehow that TH kind of merged together, then fell down below the line into a Y.
Really?
Thou shalt not pass. You shall not pass. Don't pass.
So someone's like awful penmanship just turned
Probably.
into in totally new language.
Well, that's relative, the term penmanship in this case, because they could have just been using like a stick carving into clay.
Yes, that's true. Oh, you gotta. Like, I guess if you screw up with like ink and stuff too, right? Like that just ruins everything. They didn't have whiteout at
Yeah,
that time, so
it would just be, you have to start the page over again.
just go with it, man. I'm not writing this again. Screw that.
It's you
Just,
now. It's not thou
I'm
anymore.
not getting a new scroll. I'm not gonna get a new scroll. I only
Do
have
you
so many.
know how much papyrus costs these days? I'm not made of papyrus, John. I'm not made of it. Classic.
Nice,
So
nice.
other things that piss you off with grammar. What's a big one? Give it to me.
Um, me personally, that like other people do that bugs me, or like stuff that I suck at and just completely avoid all the time.
Either one. Basically just the next thing on the page.
Well, I guess one kind of goes into the other because I realized when I started hitting like middle school or like junior high, we didn't really have that, but like junior high and high school, I just started to realize that I was awful at grammar. Like I was like kicking butt in like all my classes, and then I found myself just struggling super hard with grammar because I can never get like the tenses right when they have like take and took and taken and tooken. I don't know if tooken's a word. I probably said tooken or tooked or taked or something, like all those different things. And then
Drank,
there was
drunk,
yeah,
drunk,
drinked, dranked. Uh,
drunken.
there was like dive. I remember dive was the worst. Dive, dove, dived, divin, doved, doven, dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge.
I think all of those are made up except for dive and dove.
Apparently, according to Microsoft Word, divin, dove, and doven are not words.
Dovin sounds awesome. Like either the
Well,
last name of a
you,
superhero or like some kind of awesome fortress. Welcome to my Dovin.
that's nice. Like a den, but it's kind of like an underwater den.
I feel like if I had to name my house, I would call it Dovin and just put that above the door.
Wow, you just if you wouldn't have dove into that lake,
Dovin.
you just
Dive?
dove into it. So I always sucked at that, so I failed. And then in grade 9, English, I did awful in grammar, but I remember I said good. I said I did good, and the teacher just ripped into me and was like, "It's well." Like that's I don't know. I don't respond really well to anger, so
Yeah, I don't really know where to use those, but I will often correct people,
yeah,
irregardlessly.
you're. So like I don't deal with anger really well, so that's just flying off the handle to me. Just like no, it's well, not good. I'm like, oh, I was just in tears.
Oh,
So
you
then
idiot! It's well.
so then from that point on, anytime someone said, "Oh, I did good," then I get to go with my super pretentious like asshole voice and just go, "Actually, it's well. You did well.
You did
You did
well. No one does good.
no, you did well. You
And
good for you. You did well. You
unless
did
you're
well."
talking about that guy that we used to play hockey with, whose last name was Good, and then if you were a chick and you did good, then that's a different thing.
I'm gonna disclose some stuff. My grandmother's maiden name. Good.
Uh-oh. Someone did good.
Oh.
Gross old people sex jokes.
Four times. They had four kids.
The one that really pisses me off, and it's more spoken than it is written, is, yeah, the other day I was down at the gas station and I seen a couple guys drive in. No, you saw a couple guys drive in. You asshole. Yeah,
Well, is
that
that
one.
the same as like I've seen a couple guys there?
You have seen, that means that you saw them before. That's cool.
Oh,
But to
I've
say,
saw.
I seen them down there, my mom does it all the time, and every time I'm like, no, hey, stop. You saw. And then
Yeah.
it just ruins whatever they were talking about.
So that's if we want to go from like a point of view, that's what grammar does. Just ruins things like just immediately. If someone like think of all the ways that like pointing out grammar ruins things. Internet posts, people like actually yeah. Let's just take a minute of silence and imagine all the things.
But we can't take too many minutes because we're already at 28 minutes.
Crap. Okay, no more minutes. So yeah, think about like you're posting something on Facebook or something, and then you make a mistake, like you put THERE
Oh,
instead of THEIR, and someone just rips into you for like 60 comments.
yeah. And then the whole point of whatever you were trying to say, like, oh, I like to eat muffins on Tuesdays, that just gets lost in the shuffle.
Yeah,
I don't have Facebook. I don't know what goes on Facebook. So
yeah. Tugboat's off the grid, living his lowly life out on the sea.
he's out.
But this is actually goes back to what this person said at the very beginning here about saying they indicate that you are not focusing on your words. So, and that makes you seem real stupid. It's like you don't even know your own language. You're an idiot. So, yeah.
I have a tenuous grasp on the English language at the best of times, and I'm a scholar. He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. So when is it appropriate then, Tugboat? When do you like jack up the grammar?
When you're talking to old people or when you're at work.
It's basically your
Otherwise, it's inappropriate to make up your own words, like inappropriate.
inappropriate. What that mean?
It's
I just assume all people are like European. What mean? In the probes?
why are all your Europeans Russian?
What do you mean in the probes?
It's classic inappropriate. Come on, come on.
So
Speaking of Europe, the birthplace of our language, because obviously all the native languages that were here before, we pretty much destroyed those. Am I right? I know myself, before I let you talk about your knowledge of language, that Finnish is the only language not connected to any other language. Finnish.
like Are you finished?
Oh, no one could see that pretentious eye roll I did. But no, like Spanish and French are connected, and Russian and something else, Swedish or something are connected. Swedish and Norwegian obviously are very closely linked. But the old Finnish, them boys kept to themselves.
So, okay, here's some logic. So, if they're not tied to anything, does that mean the Finnish started their own language?
Either, yeah, I feel like they were isolated in some way that they just didn't. The Greeks and the Italians with the Latin, all that's interconnected. That part of the world. Just generalizing without any real background knowledge, all Middle Eastern languages are similar. I would assume there's similarities amongst many Southeast Asian languages. Australia, you know.
Yeah.
Cheese is shaking his head at me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find a way to say finish what they started.
Oh, I see what you're still looking for Finnish puns.
Yeah, finish what they started. What they started was language. There you
go. I'll accept it. Judge's ruling. They're gonna take it. Carry on.
I'll take history of language for 500 there, Tugboat.
What? Mediterranean language had no spaces or punctuation in its inception.
What is Greek?
That is correct. Can you elaborate?
Opa!
What do you think that really means?
Oh, pa.
Which, of course, is a short form for "Oh, Father," which is likely talking about God.
Yeah, which I'm pretty sure if you talked like that to your father in ancient Greek, they would probably beat the crap out of you because you're so condescending.
Or straight stab you in the face.
He lost his toga. Oh, pa.
Oh, pa.
And then someone else is like, Opa!
And then everyone laughed, and then it became its catchphrase. Pretty sure that Greek Times was not an 80s sitcom.
So we have Greek Times now? Just FYI, we're expanding Pirate Times into Greek Times.
Yeah, of course.
Grecian
Times. Except you have to say it like, Grecian Times.
Opa!
There's not a lot of balding in Grecian Times.
No,
nice.
So apparently in Grecian times they were at where we're trying to get, and they just had no punctuation, didn't give a flying fist as to what they had to do, just no spacing, no punctuation.
Apostrophes were free.
Oh, totally free. Just totally free, and they ran with it. They're just like, I'm just gonna write this huge cluster of letters on this parchment or papyrus or a scroll, and just go on, and just leave it up to the reader to just tease it out.
That's how you can tell when people are really smart, when they can figure out your nonsense.
And the Grecians, they wrote tons of cool stuff. They had lots of good knowledge.
So if that's our roots, if that's our, civilization coming out of the Grecian times, then how did we get to like a discernible language that we pretend to use today?
Well, now I'm actually starting to question all of our information that we got from the Greeks way back when, because I'm pretty sure someone translating stuff without punctuation definitely messed up somewhere along the lines.
Well, I mean, punctuation can save lives, so,
Let's eat, Grandma! Let's eat, Grandma!
Classic comma.
Classic comma, not them those pretentious Oxford commas.
So, in your above sentence, let's eat, Grandma, Or, let's eat, Grandma. If we abolished punctuation, we would murder and consume our grandmother.
Yeah.
Okay. As long as you're cool with it.
Yeah, think about it. They used to just like send old people out into the wilderness, into exile to just die. So I guess, like, if you eat them, you're, I don't know.
So for you, you would eat good.
Eat well.
No, your grandmother's name was Good, so you would eat good.
God. Oh,
Oh, Tugboat is laser sharp tonight.
oh man, I put out the landing pad. I just walked into the tugboat.
Okay, talk about the Italians.
They revamped their language like a century ago. They were just like, the way, the way we Russian, the way we used to speak. Hey, we used to talk. Forget about it. We're gonna talk like the Tuscans, okay?
So,
Then,
so the Tuscans all spoke like plumbers, or
Mario walks in and goes, "Here we go." And Toad, who had his like, Roman dialect, was like, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, beautiful. So anyways, instead of having all the different dialects of Milan and Venice and Rome, they just said, nope, it's Tuscan. And then the Tuscan Raiders were like,
And then the Tuscans were like, don't worry, they'll be back. And in greater numbers.
You really need to watch that.
Cheese hasn't seen Star Wars.
He just knows all the references. That's it.
Comments are going to blow up this podcast.
I hope so. Cheese, that is so inappropriate.
Especially from the...
Yeah, the GRP, he will.
Yeah, so they did it, so why can't we just revamp our language? We just need to do this. Why is everybody resisting change?
I blame the British and the Americans. They hate each other.
British are so proper.
They need to... Sometimes, when you go over there and you hear the slang and the local dialects, they could be cursing you out and you don't know what they're saying. It's just... Yeah? The gurgler!
Where was this from? Where is this? Where are you getting sworn at?
I get sworn at internationally, but this happened to be in Scotland.
All around the world, I don't speak the language. But you're swearing don't need explaining.
I really just want to say the gurgler again, because that sounds really funny to me. The gurgler! Alright, we better wrap it up here. What else do we have?
Listerine superhero. So, the direction of where stuff is going is that we are getting rid of basically everything. People are just making up their own words. They're just shortening everything into like interprobes or PTYL and LMFAO and BRB and LOL and BTW. Which, I mean, can kind of get confusing because I heard, like, this one person was all, like, texting and they went, your grandma's dead or something because they got eaten, obviously. And then the parent responded with, sorry for your loss, LOL. And this person was like, what the hell is wrong with you? You're so insensitive. And they're like, what? I thought LOL meant lots of love.
I like the other one that you have here.
BTW.
I think you're just a terrible person, BTW. And they think it means by the way, but you just mean back to work.
Yeah, so you're like letting someone know you're going back to work to let them know that you won't be texting them further, but they think you're saying by the way, so they're just holding on to that sentence. They're just like saying, so What, by the way? Usually when someone says by the way, it's like something extremely important, or like someone's like died or something. It's like, by the way, I've got cancer or something like that.
I'm trying to do it where I use it to say ridiculous things.
But Tiger Woods. But Tiger Woods.
But Tiger Woods.
What? What about Tiger Woods?
Oh, poor Tiger Woods' back pain. No, I'm trying to say like, by the way.
But that's his problem now.
But by the way, the flowers smelled great. People are like, what are you talking about? I'm not allowed to talk at work anymore.
You're extending December weird way too far.
It's December 2015 for me. What? You didn't even say the weird part.
Web ruined. So there's that. That could be a potential problem in the future if we keep going to all of these like short forms and stuff. You're gonna get completely misunderstood, and you're gonna get into some pretty hot water probably. Like, you imagine if the president like put out a Bill of Rights or something,
so
and
that slavery is inappropriate.
Yeah, basically.
But I think this new language nonsense is just going to catch on because, to twist your other point here about Shakespeare making up words that fit or rhymed, etc.
Yeah.
I think just using stuff like inappropriate is going to catch on. Like selfie, that's a thing now, which tears me up inside. But people are going to grab words from wherever, whether it be like stupid books that they read about teenage dramas or shortening words, which is just it used to be a huge pet peeve for me, but now I'm kind of softening because I'm surrounded by it. I'm drowning in it.
And that's what I feel. I actually feel like since like language is extremely, extremely like a social thing, like you can become a complete outcast because you're not up to date on like the more recent like punctuation or lingo and stuff.
Yeah.
So like
I had to look up NFSW.
Not for secret wearing.
Not safe for work.
Oh.
Somebody sends you a text message that has that on it. Probably don't crank the volume and watch it. Because it'll probably be porno.
What was it? NSFW?
Yeah.
Nice sweater!
Fuckwad? We'll have to bleep that out. We'll edit that out later.
We're gonna have to foghorn that tugboat swear.
We'll foghorn that out later. Oh,
I have no idea.
Imagine if I could do that.
How do you bleep out a cheese swear?
Just like...
No, it sounds like connecting to the internet in like 1995.
Beep, boop, beep, beep, beep. The best part is sometimes when you're laughing it just cuts out, so I can see you laughing but I can't hear it. It's awesome. This is gonna be a weird episode.
LOL.
Oh, lots of love to you too. I think that's, I don't know, are we done?
Other conversation.
What are we up to? Well, we're up to 43 minutes here.
Alright, let's cut it out. Gossip Girl XOXO. Hello, Lars.